Okay, good day everyone. Good day, good day. It's a very, 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 very good day. So this is the fourth video on our series talks about analysis on euro. It's 9 a.m. on my end, which means I should be curious about what gold is doing right now. Oh, can you imagine? Gold price is still dropping. Well, such is life. Such is life, such is life. Oh. Okay, so in the first video we identified our zones on the weekly and daily time frame. On the second video, we identified our trend lines on the weekly and daily time frame. On the third video, we identified our trend origins and our most recent trend origin, which is this one right here. So now on this fourth video, we're going to be doing market structure. So what is market structure? Market structure, how would I put it? It's something that's important to know, but it's important to know how to do it rather than definition. Definition is, it's like if you studied, if you learn forex from multiple different sources, you realize that there are lots of things that have different names, but they are referring to the same thing, such as Odom, Hanging Man, Haramaya, and some of all those candlestick patterns, having different names depending on who is teaching about them, but they're all referring to the same thing. Similar to that is market structure. So I don't really like defining market structure. I just like showing how I draw it, but still, for the sake of having a visual representation, market structure is the market skeleton or market template or market roadmap. It helps you filter out the noise to see what price is really doing. So what does that mean? So let me put it like this now. You can see price is moving straight down, right? But then that move is not, that move is, it's not very clear. So this is now our market structure. Our market structure does go impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive all the way down here, the correctional here. So now what do we see about, what difference have we noticed about the price movement? You can see, excuse me, the rhythmic price movement, some shit like that, something like that. Anyway, let's identify our swing highs and our swing lows. I feel like I just skipped over something important just now. What we're talking about, market structure, filter out the noise. Rather than to say filter out the noise, it's better to say it lets you get a clearer view of what price is doing. A better way to say this is, for example, if you see a textbook about forex trading, you will see an uptrend like this. But when you actually open the chart, you will never see an uptrend looking so smooth and neat. So then when the market structure does, you can see that this blue box here is me identifying the previous trend origin. So you can see that if we do this, impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive, it now matches up with our textbook description of how price moves. But if you were to remove this line, if you were to completely delete it, it doesn't seem to even remotely resemble that textbook definition. So that's just it. So now let's identify our swing highs and our swing lows. And then on our next video, we'll do some real price study, which is, to be honest, my favorite part of all these video series. Everything that I'm doing up to this point is just for the sake of being able to do some real price study. That one line actually represents both my lower low and previous lower high. Why do I say that the real price study is my favorite part? Because that's where you really get a picture of what price is doing, where price is going, and whether or not there are any trades that you can take. Which is why it's my favorite part, because it's the point where you can see where there's money to be made. Okay, so we've identified our market structure, and now we're going to do some real price study. So that's enough for today. I'll see you guys in the next video.